Some makeup hacks can be really great, others not so much. In today's video, I am going to be reacting to some TikTok makeup hacks. Let's see if they're really great hacks or not so great. Let's get right into it. And I am also going to be sharing some of the hacks that can you maybe do differently. So let's start with this first one.
One of the biggest makeup don'ts I see is when people overline their lips way too far. From a distance, fine. Up close, you're...
Yeah, like if you overline like this part of your lips, that just looks almost like a clown. Almost just do the bottom center of your lip and the top lip. I actually did a YouTube short on this same exact technique that Melissa Murdoch is doing in this TikTok, and I really do love the way that it looks. I really do love how this makeup hack looks. So let's continue watching it.
Not fooling anyone. Now listen, if you love this look, please keep doing it. But for people who want to learn how to overline in a more natural way, I'm Melissa Murdoch.
I love the like natural way to line your lips. It's just looks so much better.
I've been doing makeup professionally for a very long time, and I'm here to help. You can follow me if you like getting your makeup advice from an actual pro. One of the best ways to start overlining is actually to line your lips on your lip line first, so no overlining. Right now, the lip liner is just
the exact
on
same
the
technique
natural lip line.
In my short, and I just really love this technique. It's amazing.
Now we're gonna start overlining, but we will never overline at the outer corners of the mouth because that's what makes you look like a clown. Instead, we want to focus on the center portion of our mouth, and we want to extend the lip line just a little teeny bit beyond our natural lip line. You want to do this really conservatively. If you can see the liner looking totally flat on your skin, separated from your lip, that means you've gone too far and you need to erase a little bit. Now we'll do the same thing at the top, just inching ever so slightly over the lip line. And this is going to take some experimenting because you need to figure out what shape looks best on you, how far you can go. The ideal look is going to be
some people might like a more like not less arched cupid's bow. Some might like an actual arch cupid's bow. I like that like kind of like Marilyn Monroe arch lip, or like rounded lip almost.
A little bit different on everyone. So here's where I end up. And once I fill everything in, the lining still looks good from every angle. That's how you know you've done it right. One of the biggest makeup...
All right, let's go to the next one. This one is a hair hack, or not really a hack, just more of like a technique.
Tips that will save you so much time on your hair growth journey. I wish I knew these tips so much sooner. Let's rapid fire them in shower edition. Did you know that most people wash their hair incorrectly? Because I was washing mine incorrectly. First and foremost, shampoo just your scalp. Don't need to be doing this whole crazy thing with your hair, and rinsing it off will gently cleanse your ends. Your ends are so fragile, especially when they are wet. So when you are doing the scrunching type thing, you're doing like the whole shoving your hair up into your scalp, actually can possibly create...
Yeah, like now what I do is I actually kind of take my fingertips and just kind of massage the shampoo into my scalp. I don't lather in my hands first. I just take the shampoo to the scalp, and then I just use my fingertips just to massage, and I do a double cleanse with that.
mechanical damage, which is actually the most common type of damage. And if your hair is not growing past a certain length, it can be because of this. Listen, my hair was not growing past a certain length. I have not shampooed my ends in a few years, and now my hair is past my hips. If your hair is not growing past a certain length, it's probably due to breakage, which can happen a lot of the time in the shower. This one I kind of knew, but rinse and repeat. The first wash of your hair is going to get rid of all the buildup, the environmental pollutants, all of that. And the second wash is actually going to clean your scalp. Next, before you shampoo, make sure you're shaking the bottles completely to make sure everything's mixed up, especially if you're somebody who uses more of a naturally based product. The product tends to
typically like to use natural based products. I like my favorite shampoo and conditioner that I have mentioned before on my channel is from Live Love Locks. That's a hair care brand from another YouTuber on named the Blowout Professor, and he has great products
to separate. So when you shake it up, you mix it all together. The next is to emulsify the product.
So this is actually something that the Blowout Professor said not to do. So don't like emulsify it before you apply it to your scalp, because you want that emulsification to penetrate the oils. So I guess so you would put on the, because if you don't do that, you won't remove the oils all the way. When you do that, when you apply it to your scalp first and then emulsify in your hair with massaging, then you'll really get to remove all the oil buildup.
So before you do the glob and just put it right on your hair, that actually does not allow the product to spread evenly throughout the hair, which if you're an oily girly, it can cause even more oiliness, or you can just feel like product stuck in your hair. So emulsify it until your hands are white and then massage it through your hair, and it will help spread that product more evenly. Next, condition.
Yeah, like I said, that like emulsifying it and then putting it on does not do it evenly, because you'll have just
from your mid hair down to your ends. Don't condition oiliness, or you can just feel like product stuck in your hair. So emulsify it until your hands are white and then massage it through your hair, and it will help spread that product more evenly. Next, condition just from your mid hair down to your ends. Don't condition your scalp. Trust me on this, I have not conditioned my scalp in years. Leave your conditioner on for a good 3 to 5 minutes. If you're using a good quality conditioner, I promise there will be shine. You live in a more humid environment. I know some people are saying that they don't see a difference when they rinse with cooler water. I honestly notice a big difference when I rinse my hair out in cooler water than I do with warmer water with conditioner, especially living in Georgia.
It really doesn't matter. Like, I wash my hair with cool water, and with warm water, not like scalding hot water, just warm water, and it basically does the same thing.
Lastly, I know us women love hot showers. I love hot showers. The hotter, the better. But your scalp does not like the heat. So when you go to rinse your hair, whether it be even shampoo or conditioner, it
doesn't matter if you're using really hot, really cold, or just warm.
Down that temperature even just a little bit, because your scalp does not like that scalding hot water. It's super sensitive. Now listen, I know some of these are basic, but there is a lot that I didn't know that I wish I knew sooner. So if you know these, good for you, you are on the right path. If you don't know these, now you do. Tips that will save.
Okay, now let's go to the next one. These are gonna get crazy.
So your under eye makeup looks dry, cakey, greasy. I get this question all the time, so fear not, it is fixable. Let me show you what you could be doing differently in your makeup routine to prevent all of that. Your eye area is the thinnest skin on your entire face. Therefore, it is a very delicate area, and we need to treat it as such, especially as you mature. It is one of the first things that will age on your face, and that's not your fault. That is not a bad thing. It is just human. The way that your makeup behaves on your perfectly taut skin here on your jawline is going to be completely different than your textured under eye. So let's get into it. Lesson number 1, your makeup is only going to look as good as your skin is. If you feel like your makeup is always
dry patches on one side, it might be really oily, and then makeup just might slide off. You need to have that right prep before you go in with your makeup.
dry, odds are your skin's probably dry. Let's prep it accordingly. You can use under eye patches if you just want like a gradual soak in of all the product.
You do that. I like to use under eye patches. They're the best.
You could also go in with like a moisturizing eye cream, especially if you have mature skin.
Okay, for this, I actually don't like to use an eye cream in the morning. I really stick to those type of skincare products for my nighttime skincare routine. So, because I really like to keep my skin prep and my morning skincare routine very, very minimal. So I wouldn't go in with that. I would use kind of like a moisturizer under those in the under eyes rather than using like a eye cream.
You got to be prepping it with an eye cream of sorts before you put on your moisturizer and skin prep. This one's great. Same with ROC. They have a really good balm. Very, very moisturizing. Also, sometimes if I'm really dry, I will put the eye patch on top.
Same thing, like if I use that moisturizer and then I put the eye patch on top, then that really helps to penetrate into the skin
Of the eye cream to kind of lock it in so I can leave it for like 30 minutes. Number 2, you could be layering too much. That is probably the most common issue that I see other people do. Never.
Yeah, I usually use about, I say 3 to 4 products, sometimes maybe more 3 products than 4. But I definitely do not want to use a lot of layers of skin prep.
Never carry the foundation underneath your eyes. Because think about it. Why do we...
You can carry it underneath your eyes, but just use a very, very small amount. Or sometimes I actually don't, for an everyday look, I actually don't apply foundation right up underneath for the under eyes. But... for an everyday look, for a special occasion look, I actually do bring it up to the under eyes with the foundation. Just use a very, very light amount, and then for every day, I don't bring it up to my under eyes.
We need that extra layer of foundation underneath our eyes when we're gonna be putting more product to correct our darkness there anyway.
Yes, but you can use a small amount, like I just said.
Literally, what is the reason? Yeah, so be sure to always skip the foundation underneath your eyes. You're layering too much. It is so unnecessary. Number 3, color correction. I feel like color correction always sounds really intimidating to the common makeup user, and
So for this, I actually don't use a color corrector because I don't really have any under eye darkness, so I don't need it. That's why for everyday looks now, I just apply foundation. If I'm really tired that day, I do apply a concealer. But for everyday use, I stopped using concealer. Just maybe if I need to do some spot concealing, but for the under eyes, I don't do that anymore.
Promise it is not that scary. Now, if you have like intensely dark under eyes, it is natural, it is normal, but I might cover that more in depth in another video. With your under eyes, your goal is to brighten them. And oftentimes people reach for like the lightest concealer shade because they think it's gonna make it so much brighter, which technically, yes. Even if I went in and did that, it will leave like a gray cast to your under eyes. What color correction is doing is getting to the root cause of that problem. This Natasha Denona one gives a lot of coverage, but if you're more dry and mature, this Kosas one is incredible. Just taking a small, fluffy-ish angled concealer brush, picking up all that I need. Because you guys, I know I've said this before, but less is more. Less is more. In all aspects of the makeup, down here, because this area underneath the baddies out there, take something fluffy for this to occur. You see how underneath we're to do this right away, we do not want to slightly brush along your under eye, or once again, take the sponge. Now, this powder step is really what's gonna assess product. At this point, you could start your eye makeup, you could go make a coffee, I don't care. If you're struggling with creasing, what you're gonna do is let this sit. Let this sit and chill for maybe...
I just kind of like, just lightly blend the concealer and then just let it sit for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes while I'm doing other things like my eyebrows, my an eye look, and then when I can come back to that and blend it fully, just to let it kind of like self-set a little bit.
1 to 5 minutes. I started laying down the rest of my base and it only took a couple minutes for this to occur. You see how underneath my eyes, there's already some concealer starting to settle. I'm getting a visual of where it likes to settle. If it's like a major issue for you and you're seeing a good amount settling in your lines, that's okay. At this point, what you could do is literally take a flat brush and flick out the concealer where it's starting to settle. Think of it as your eyes' way of telling you, hey, you overdid it here, and that's okay. This is also great for my mature baddies out there. Take something fluffy, lightly brush along your under eye, or once again, loaded. We want to ensure that there's still no creasing. We do not want to set the creases. So what we're going to do is take our sponge one more time. Look up, look up, look up. Keep looking up while you switch to your powder puff and lightly set it. This light setting layer is essentially taking away the tack of the makeup so it doesn't grab on to all the powder that we're going to go in with later. Now that it's lightly set, if you like to bake, you can go ahead and bake now. If you were to do this right away on your wet concealer, it would have made you look cakey, cakey, cakey. Now, it's been a few minutes. You can wipe off your bake. Spray something that'll...
She did that full, I mean, it looked very, very minimal, but she did that full kind of triangle. I kind of like to just do it in this area. Just a very baby bake. That is just so much better than that entire triangle bake.
Melt all the powders together, let that dry. And for that extra oomph, you could take like a foundation or an airbrush powder, load her up on a brush, and...
She was using a foundation to kind of finish the after she powdered. I would rather than like a powder foundation, use some sort of like finishing powder or setting powder, like the Kosas one or the Charlotte Tilbury one, instead of using that foundation like a foundation powder, because that will really almost cake up. Just use something light with kind of like that, and that would look so much better.
It will create an amazing finish to your under eyes. A fun little tip though, if your combo to dry, spray a hydrating spray on the tip of your sponge. Work it in a little so it's not too wet. Run it one more time. Be set, brightened, but also a little bit hydrated still. Now, my mature and my textured baddies. Powder.
Just skip to the next one. This one was really, really good. I love this one.
You don't need new makeup, you just need different techniques. Please give me the honor to show you 3 easy steps on how you can elevate your makeup game. If your foundation is always rubbing and slipping off your nose, or it's creating pools of makeup on the sides of your nose, then ditch the foundation and go straight in with concealer. Concealer has...
This one bothered, or not really bothered me, I'm like, you can... Instead of ditching the foundation and going with the concealer, you can just prep your skin a little bit more. You can adjust your skin prep for that instead of just not using foundation entirely.
Much more staying power while having ultra coverage and staying ultra thin. Trust me.
Like, use longevity products instead of just skipping the foundation entirely.
This is a game changer. If pink blush is turning orange on you and coral blush simply looks off, then pull out that purple berry blush that you've been avoiding because it looks scary.
Really liking like purple blush, like the Oasis from Revie Beauty. It's not really a purple, but it's more of like a berry shade, and it's so pretty. I love it.
It so does not. It actually looks so fresh and so youthful. Try any lipstick color with micellar water, or if you forgot your lip liner, simply add a little bit onto a brush, dip it into any eyeshadow, and voila, literally so freaking...
This one, I've never tried this lip liner hack before, using micellar water in a eyeshadow. I should, yeah, like I said, I should really try that.
Cool, and it lasts. You don't need me. When I think my makeup.
Okay, what? Oh, here.
When I think my makeup looks really bad, here are.
Now let's go to the next one.
When I think my makeup looks really bad, here are things I do to make it instantly look better. I always do my brows before I do my makeup, and then after I do my powder and everything, I go in with a tinted brow gel to kind of like restore that color back. If I notice that my base isn't basing, I always take a powder foundation and I'll powder it all in, and you would think like it would make your makeup look cakey. No, babe. It just makes it look more smooth and poreless. Nope.
Here it looks like she already had foundation on, and then she went into like a powder foundation after that. And again, with the other TikTok, you can use a more finishing powder or setting powder for this step, not just another powder foundation, because that can actually really cake up. Oops.
When I think my makeup looks really bad, here are things I do to make it instant. If I notice that my base isn't basing, I always take a powder foundation and I'll powder it all in, and you would think like it would make your makeup look cakey. No, babe. It just makes it look more smooth and poreless. No filter, and here's the testament. If I feel like my eyelashes are looking a little weird, I will take a black kohl liner and always just line the top, not the bottom. Well, not the bottom all the time. Also, no lower lash mascara. It will make you look like a raccoon, probably.
You can use lower lash mascara, but I actually prefer using a brown. It looks so much nice and softer, and that won't make you look like a raccoon if you use a brown mascara. It looks so nice. Nice and soft.
Using a blush that actually matches your skin tone. I'm using Rare Beauty in
your skin tone, so you mean like a shade that like a foundation shade that matches your skin tone? Maybe like what?
Joy, and I find that peachy, corally shades just look the best on me. And I really like these blushes because they're pigmented and they also look good on top of powder. Perfect. I also always bring it a little bit under my eye.
I love doing that now too. It's so nice just to bring it right up against the eye. It looks so pretty.
Blend that blush and concealer so it doesn't look like there's a weird like harsh line. When I line my lips, I pretty much only do directly in the bottom and then my Cupid's bow to give me that pout. If your makeup doesn't really last long, use this L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. The setting spray really locks your makeup in. And then if you notice your makeup looks kind of cakey,
Okay, now I'm gonna do one more probably. This is from another really great creator that I love.
Your makeup isn't melted.
Christine Dominique, she's one of my favorites.
Because of the heat, it's your technique. Don't apply a heavy layer of moisturizer. So when you sweat in the heat, your makeup creases and slides off your face. Instead, setting spray before makeup creates a tacky base so makeup grips better. Take a thin veil.
I tried using a setting spray before the makeup. I should try it.
Of powder all over.
With my with a primer and right before I go in with my foundation. After I use the primer, I would kind of almost set the primer, and just to not create that slip. Yeah, it just looks, my foundation looks so much better when I do that technique.
Your skin if you have oily skin and need that extra oil absorption. This is going to help with caking, creasing, and cracking. Don't apply a thick layer of foundation in the summer heat, or ever, really. Instead, light layers of foundation. Doesn't matter if it's matte or full coverage, as long as you're using thin layers, it won't crack. Skip heavy concealer. Instead, corrector first. Longer concealer in the areas you need it. Less concealer.
So for like the corrector thing, again, if you need a corrector, like I don't use a corrector because I don't need it, because I don't have dark circles, so I only just use foundation. Sometimes concealer, like I said too.
But you get more coverage. There's a difference between creasing and fine lines. The thick layers didn't help. Don't just set with setting spray one time at the end. Now your makeup won't melt. Save this to try later. Your makeup is...
Okay, that was fun. I definitely want to do more of these type of videos down below. So if you have any kind of videos that I should do about, for like reacting to different things, definitely comment them down below so I can do more of these on my YouTube channel. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!